Ladies and gentlemen, now we are back again for another Alliance War gameplay video. We've got 9 fights versus Marvel World Order, and there are some very interesting, some very sketchy fights in today's video, but also some pretty good recoveries as well, man. So we managed to go 0 deaths in this Alliance War, but there are so many fights and so many scenarios where we do come very close to dying, especially in the second half of this video, man. So it's going to be a little bit of a ride today. However, first up, we did have a 6-star MODOK on a Starburst Limber node here, so a little bit of a tricky choice. However, Nick Fury is just incredibly good for this matchup, just because even in the first phase we can rinse MODOK, and when he is triggering his auto block we are also applying small bleeds, so this has very quickly allowed us to get to like 2 stacks of internal bleed, and that's just absolutely shredding this man down. And again, that's just first phase Nick Fury, man, not even kind of the second phase real Nick Fury with 200% more damage, so works quite well. And if we do see like really stacked versions of MODOK in the future, if you do get kind of Nick Fury to his second phase and get unblockable, then you can just completely ignore auto block altogether. So he's got some really good ways to deal with MODOKs in, you know, various forms of content. But next up, we had a Psychic Thorns Limber Thing as kind of the mini boss guardian of the left hand side. And I haven't actually done this matchup before, but Havok tends to work really well versus things, and also on the Psychic Thorns node, if you throw any medium attacks or the special attacks, then you regenerate because they're all non-contact projectiles, so that's a really good time as well. For the beginning of the fight here, we do make a bit of a mistake and give him a direct hit. We shouldn't have done that, man. A big mistake here. So yeah, he's got 12 stacks of rock stack, man, and I need to get him to a special 1 in order for him to dump that. So I should have just hit into his block, but now we need to kind of pound into his block, push him toward the special 1, so that he can dump that and get rid of all of his stacks of rock stack there. But it's going all right, man. We're almost there, you know, very close to a special 1 now. Another combo into the block is going to do it. He throws a special 1, dumps all those rock stacks, and we can continue to beat into this man. But the Limber node is starting to kick in, so I need to kind of like bait out heavy attacks for a little bit more reliability there. We get a really good opportunity to throw the special 3, and this is going to deal not only a ton of damage, but also regenerate a ton as well. If you look very closely at the regeneration, it's 35,000 there, so absolutely insane stuff on the Psychic Thorns node. Like 1 special 3 and your champion is fully topped up there. Then just a couple of medium light medium combos just to finish off the fight, because the light damage, you know, isn't too much, man, and the corresponding medium after that is going to heal you back up to full. So yeah, a bit of a mistake at the start, but a really good recovery there. We end the fight on 100% health as well. So I really do like Psychic Thorns, man. It's very fun to play if you do have a Havok, because he's just so good with all the regeneration. Now, moving on to the next node, people keep on placing Sabretooth on this node every single time. It's like 200% more regeneration, also the Vigor node as well, and every single Alliance War, man, this is just a free kill with Warlock. It is so much fun. So at the start of this fight, we just did some parry, medium light, medium combos in order to imply the infection, and as soon as the infection is active, it blocks out all the healing. It's going to continually degenerate and also power drain Sabretooth, and yeah, this man just gets absolutely murked. So this is a rank 5 Sabretooth on this node, and yeah, Warlock is just the end to all of your problems to Sabretooth in Alliance War. He just decimates Sabretooth on pretty much every single node. So yeah, I'm loving Warlock, man. I've said it in so many videos now, but he is honestly the best solution to the majority of mutants on Alliance War defense, especially ones like Sabretooth, Havok, and also Mr. Sinister, which just plague the top tiers of Alliance War at the moment. So he's the cure to this Clown Fiesta plague. Love it, boys. Now, the next fight, we have 45% buffet, because we have 15% buffet plus 200% regeneration, and usually I use Warlock for this node, but there's like a double Mr. Sinister boss and also Sabretooth counter tactics coming up. So I was like, you know, Havok, mate, I think he's going to be the option for this one, and you're going to see why this node is so lethal at certain points with the regeneration, because this was one of the most savage fights I've ever had in Alliance War, man. It's really bad, especially versus a rank 5 Korg, and Korg is by no means the most straightforward defender. However, I do really like Havok in terms of a Korg matchup, just because whenever you fire off the mediums, they're non-contact, so you don't kind of take the damage back from the rock stacks there. So that is a really nice time. Means you can avoid that kind of large amount of fun and interactive damage that most champions do suffer when fighting Korg. So here, I think I was feeling a little bit too overconfident in my Havok at certain points. I see like the rock shield is about to dissipate. He's on 100%. I've got 10 stacks. I got 4 stacks on him. We're getting him down a little bit here. I'm like, you know what? I think we can probably burst him down, man. I think think, you know, Korg is probably going to die after this. We do have boost class advantage, so I think there's a good chance we can get this man down. So I go all in, I use my special 3, I detonate on that man as well. He gets his rock shield back, so I don't want to throw my special attack now or it's going to be absolutely wasted. I'm going to try and not dexterity, but here we do accidentally anyway. I think trying to bait out the special 2, and whoop, that man is straight back to 55% health. So that is so much additional health there. I see I've only got like 6 charges at the moment. We get another dex on the special 2, man, and this guy's back up to full. So here, I'm starting to panic a little bit, man. There's 120 left on the timer, and I've pretty much made like no headway in this fight. But this really shows you like how lethal this buffet node can be. It's just absolutely ridiculous. But here, I'm like, okay, he was on about 13%, so I need to make sure I've gotten down at about 20%, and I've got like ideally over 5 charges as well, because I only have one more chance to kind of line up the special 3 and do a proper good job on this one. But also with the buffet node, for each stack of plasma on Korg with the Despair Mastery, it also mitigates regeneration. So as long as we have a few debuffs, then, you know, whenever we're dashing back and triggering the buffet node, we don't need to worry as much. Even though I probably shouldn't have triggered the buffet node on that special 2 there. There's a little bit of new play, man, watching this back. Certainly not the most optimal Korg fight out there, but there we go. We're up to 8 stacks now. The perfect lineup here. Korg is on 62%. We got the 12% damage bonus, and we managed to nail that special 3 and get that man down just in time. So he goes to 5%. The snacks detonate. That man is down. And yeah, that fight was a little bit stressful, but I learned a very valuable thing about kind of lining up the burst detonation on Korg. But for safety, you want to get him like below 70% and make sure that you've got ideally like 5 or more stacks to burst down. So yeah, that was a bit of a stressful fight. But then we got Buffet Mr. Sinister, and this one was beautiful, man. Absolutely beautiful. I believe this is a rank 4 version of Mr. Sinister here. So we're going in again with the parry 3 combos just to kind of allow us to apply the infection much faster, because if you get a parry, you get 4 stacks of it. So yeah, it's much easier to kind of quickly ramp up, and that's where you want to be in the Mr. Sinister matchup, because every crit is going to regenerate. We dodge a special 1, and then we go with a 5 combo, and then I think we go for a parry here, straight into 1 hit and special 2, because the special 2 has so many hits. It's like so much power drain if you get the crits there, and look at that damage as well, man. It absolutely nuked that Sinister down. So overall, 34 hits on a 15% buffet Mr. Sinister is a great time. That worked out really well. But again, Warlock is amazing, man. He's so good for all of the really annoying mutants. You just kind of turns them into like Act 4 opponents, and then you just butcher them down. Like, you ignore pretty much all of the mechanics that made them annoying defenders. So yeah, it's a great time. Really fun. But next up, I saw a rank 5 Heimdall on defense. He's got debuff immunity here. But again, this is a rank 5 Heimdall, and I don't think I've really seen that many rank 5 Heimdalls knocking about. So fair play to Marvel World Order, man. Going in hammer the defense here. So the reason I chose Nick Fury for this one, again, there's special 1 lock, and also when attacking into an auto-blocking opponent, Nick Fury can't be stunned. So this means there is 0 chance of us getting parry stunned here, but also this Heimdall being debuff immune also does gimp and mitigate a lot of Nick Fury's damage output, which is, you know, a little bit of a pain here. The plan initially was just to kind of bait out special 1s, but also I kind of realized that this is the last fight I need Nick Fury for. So you're going to see as I'm watching the timer closer and closer, because we do need to get like 33% or a little bit over that down every single minute to be on track with the timer here. So I'm like, okay, like, looking at the timer now, he's on 75%. We've done about 50 seconds. It is looking a little bit close. I'm going to have to play a little bit more recklessly if we do want to get Heimdall down before this. So I think we decide to push him to a special 2, just because I have this whole phase of like the real Nick Fury left. So my initial plan is like, okay, I need a little bit more damage output. Let's go below 50%. And also Heimdall's special 1 time-wise as well is like a fairly slow special 1. There's a lot of duration. There I just mess up, man. There I just mess up and take like a full special 1 to the face. So that was a little bit annoying, man. But we are just about on track, I think, to get him down in the timer now. But I'm aware I still do have this full Nick Fury phase ready, so we just take like another special 2 to the face. It's unblockable, unevadable, so there's like nothing we can do there. So yeah, we get beaten down a little bit. I think at this point as well, I'm like kind of looking for the right opportunity to transition into the real Nick Fury phase, just so I can have some super good damage for the last minute of this fight and really catch up, because I've gone quite far behind in terms of where I should be time-wise here. So yeah, we get battered after that that combo. I think we go to bait out special 1 after this, immediately into 9 tactical charges there, so we go 5 combo. At that point, I should have thrown a special 1. I'm not too sure why I didn't, because that would have given me, like, unblockable for the rest of the fight, but I think we do it, like, after the next combo or something like that. So another 5 combo, unblockable. I think maybe I just didn't realize I had the right charges available for Heimdall. And then we go for another special 1 bait out, and at this point, we don't even need to worry about auto block, because again, we are completely ignoring any chance for Heimdall to auto block, as long as we have 15 or more tactical charges. So yeah, there was an alright start to this fight, a bit of a sloppy middle, and a pretty good ending. So overall, we get that rank 5 Heimdall down on the debuff immune, kind of like mini boss left side node, without throwing a death to him, which was a pretty good time, man. I can certainly take that one. Nick Fury, you know, maybe not the best champion for that node, but you know, he still works. We still got the job done, and we got 2 great fights out of Nick Fury, the MODOK, and also the debuff immune Heimdall there. So I'm pretty happy. Now, next up, we have the stun immune counter tactics version of Sabretooth, and this man also has the breakthrough node, so for the first 25 hits, you're dealing less damage, but then after that, you deal more and more damage. And I think Warlock, like, once you really get into the fight and get special 2 off, because the special 2 has like 10 hits, it's actually quite good for breakthrough nodes, man, because it does allow you to ramp up that damage quite nicely there. But here at the start, we're going for like parry 3 combos, just because I want to get that infection on him as quickly as I possibly can. So after 6 hits, that man does become infected, and now he can't regenerate. So we bait out special 1 here. We get a very nice dodge on that, but there are some kind of mess ups, man. I go for a backdraft there, doesn't quite work out. We take a full 5 combo, but luckily with the bleed immunity and also the armor, that mitigates it a fair bit, but still being spanked by a counter tactics Sabretooth boss, you know, it's a bit of damage, man. It's a bit of damage. We're down to 59% there, hammering into the block. We nail an intercept there, get a good 5 hits, a 12k medium with the armor breaks there. So, you know, the damage is really going up and up on Warlock now. I went for a backdraft there. We failed again, took 4 hits there. So we've taken 9 hits this fight, man. A bit of a battering, but 1 more special 2, and that man is down. We could have definitely played that fight a little bit better. I went for a couple of backdrafts, man, and they just did not pay off at all. So usually, like, I've been getting away with a lot of backdrafts in Alliance War, a lot of very cheeky little intercepts. So, you know, it's bound to kind of spring back at me at some point. And here, I actually use a team health potion in order to get both Havok and Warlock up for maximum value, because I had a couple of potions in overflow. So we've got those up. Warlock is at 71%. We do have a 6-star Mr. Sinister with a strike back node here, but this is a pretty beautiful fight for Warlock again, man. It's just a bit more of a stacked version of the Sinister that we had to deal with earlier, and also the Sinister does have the 200% regeneration node. However, again, with Warlock and his viruses, this is very quickly cancelled out against Mr. Sinister, so it makes it a much more straightforward fight. With the strike back, we do push him like just above the special 2, but you can see with the decay and all of the hits and crits that we were landing and all the regeneration, it actually power drained him below the special 1 there. So yeah, worked out pretty damn nice. Then we're just playing very aggressively. We don't need to worry about the limber node here. We get a chain special 3, so we got a lot of bleed damage on this man, and also if he does decide to use a special 1 and transfer it back, we are bleed immune. But overall, that triple heavy special 2 was such a great combo. We dealt so much damage and absolutely melted that Mr. Sinister boss. So yeah, I've said it a few times in this video, but Warlock is good for Mr. Sinisters. Now, next up, we are moving into the final fight, and this is another fight that's maybe a little bit intense, a little bit sketchy. We've got a debuff immune rank 5 Awaken Thing mini boss, and I was kind of debating who I wanted to use here between like Nick Fury and Havok, but I decided to go down the Havok route just because I know Havok can like almost kill a Thing final boss in Alliance War, but this guy also does have 80% energy resistance as well. So there's like a few things that kind of mitigating the damage along with like 40% crit resistance. So basically this node is like a massive tank node. It's really hard to get your damage in. But I know my Havok, man, he's got some very nice special 3s, so I thought if we could get like a few of those off, kind of chain them on, and gain some of the power back with a mutant power booster, I think, you know, I was feeling fairly confident about doing it within the 3-minute timer. But also Havok as well does not have any way to kind of control things rock stack, so we're going to have to play very well against this man and manage those really nicely in order to not get absolutely ruined by this lab. But we're off to a pretty good start here, so I think we go for a cheeky little 4 combo there. there. We bait out a special 2. Just trying to bait it out now. Is this man going to throw it? He throws a heavy attack, which does trigger protection, which I think is quite good because it gets it on cooldown. So we can use a special 3. We fire off the special 3 at the earliest possible convenience because, again, we can't get like any stacks of plasma on thing. Even without Plasma Man, that absolutely nuked him down to 64% there, just over 60,000 damage. So right about now, I'm feeling a little bit more confident in this matchup. I just need to get the special 3 like 2 more times to get this one in the bag. So he's got 15 stacks of rock stack. At this point, we're looking to bait out special 1, kind of dump those stacks of rock stack so we can move a little bit more forward in this fight. I see at this point as well, his protection is still on cooldown, so I go in for a bit of a YOLO combo there, full 5 combo, special 3. We do have 8 stacks of plasma on Havok, so we're going to dump these. It's not going to be as big as the first special 3, but still it should deal a load of damage, getting this man down to 37% there. He does have 6 stacks of rock stacks, so that's a pretty good lineup in order to kind of push him to a special 1. So we go for double medium into block and then double medium there. He does get a parry on us and retaliates with 5 hits there, so we did get a little bit ruined, man, and another 4 combo as well. So at that point I'm like, oh mate, what is going on? Like, I'm just not playing very well at all. But then we get 5 combos straight into a special 3. However, with this special 3, we only had 4 stacks of plasma, so it's a bit of a weak modifier, only gets him down to 22% there. So this means we need 1 more special 3 in order to finish the fight. This man is on 22%. There's 45 seconds on the clock. So yeah, it's basically a race to see if I can get a special 3 before the timer expires, and I get absolutely ruined there and lose my win bonus. Beautiful bait on the special 1, retaliated with a 5 combo there. We've got up to 5 stacks of plasma. I'm desperately hoping for like those double procs via the awakened ability. We got up to 6 there, so we didn't get a double proc. We are at 15 stacks of rock stack. There are 20 seconds left. It's really going into the final minute there. We trigger protection via the heavy attack, get that one on cooldown, going for a cheeky little 5 combo, and there we go. Fire off the final special 3 a little bit too early, but we do have 9 stacks of plasma, and we are now in Assassin's range, so it's plenty of damage to finish off that fight with only a few seconds left. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you did enjoy today's Alliance War video, please do smash that like button. That'd be greatly appreciated. Bit of scrub gameplay today, but we got the comeback every single time, which is all that matters. So yeah, please do smash that like button if you enjoyed today's video. Take care, and I hope that you have an absolutely fantastic day.